Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let I get out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called black, Latino, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI with another video. And this time we're going to sit down and read the chapter of Isaiah 65, man, because this is what we're coming into. The Most High is, and like we've been reiterating over and over for the past couple of weeks, the Most High, he is fulfilling promises that he made unto our forefather Abraham, man. You see? And he's taking us, the Most High is taking us through a great journey as a people. You know, he stripped us away of the privilege of being able to call ourselves Israelites, to be able to worship him, you know, as we were created to do. He took that all away from us because of our disobedience. But in these last days, the Most High is allowing the remnant to return back unto him through their faith, you see, in YAHAWASHI. And what it's all going to lead to is the true believers, the remnant of the nation of Israel, those who are ordained to be saved, you see, who have been ordained to be saved since the foundation of the world was laid. You see, he's going to bring them into the kingdom. He's going to bring them into the inheritance on the first go-round. And this is what Isaiah 65 goes into. While 2/3 of our people, they're going to be destroyed because what? They refuse to turn back to the Lord. They refuse to hearken and take heed to the message that the prophets are bringing them, man. They want to continue on in the way that their enemies have given them, man. They want to continue to walk after their own thoughts, as we're going to get into. So let's just start it up. So this is Isaiah 65:1. It says what? I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name. And who is that? Who's the Most High talking about? He's talking about the remnant. Because only the remnant is seeking after YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI through faith in his son. The rest of the nation of Israel, the 2/3 are not doing that. Hell, you got men that claim to be Israelites who are not even truly seeking after YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Let's prove that real quick. It's like the wrong one. Let's go into this right here. This is Isaiah 11:10. It says what? And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. You see that? You see? The Gentiles who are seeking after that ensign, which is YAHAWASHI, is the remnant of the nation of Israel. You see? We're the nation that was not called by the Most High name for a certain point of time. You see? Let's get that as well. This is it's Hosea. Yup, here it is. Hosea 1:9. It says what? Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. And why did the Most High decree this, man? It's because of our disobedience. It's because what? We chose to walk in the way that the Most High didn't give us. You see? The entire nation has sinned against the Most High and went against his ways. So since we did that, he stripped away the privilege of us calling ourselves Israelites, man. He took it completely away from us. And then we was in the earth, what? Without a hedge, without a covering, claiming to be black, Latino, or Native American, man. That's not of the Most High spirit. And that's what the Most High did to us. That's why we're on the bottom. That's why we're oppressed. You see? That's why we go through what we go through as a nation. You see, it's because the Most High took that hedge from us, man. But verse 10 goes on to tell us what? Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And this is what's happening now. You see, because in every other captivity, we knew we were Israelites. This is the only captivity where we didn't have that information, where we didn't have the wisdom, knowledge, or understanding. But now in these last days, you see, beginning with the elder Abba Bivens, we're being returned back to the understanding that we are the Most High's people. You see? And now the remnant are seeking after Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi through faith in Yahawashi. Matter of fact, I get verse 11 as well. It says what? Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. So all the 12 tribes, all the remnant of all 12 tribes is going to be gathered together, man. And that's what you see happening. This is why you see so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans on the highways and byways preaching this gospel, man. That's fulfilling the prophecy of what? The 12 tribes being brought back together through the spirit and power of Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi. Now going back to Isaiah 65, it says what? Isaiah 65:1, I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. You see? And that goes into the remnant, man. Now verse 2 goes on to say, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. And this is what you see happening right now with 2/3 of Israel. The Most High has his hand spread out to them to do what? To call them back in. How is the Most High's hand spread out to them? To call them back in through the prophets. This is why you see us on the highways and byways each and every weekend. This is why you see us putting up videos each and every day. That's the Most High having compassion upon his people, you see, to give them a chance to repent and return back unto them. You see? But 2/3 of our people want to continue to walk in what? In their vain imaginations, man. Verse 3 says what? A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens, and burneth incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves, and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels. Going into what? All people worshiping idols up in these churches, completely gone in idol worship, man. They eat abominable foods. You see? And then they will tell us, the true men of the Lord who are bringing the wisdom, not the understanding of Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi into the world by way of the Holy Spirit. They'll tell us what? Verse 5, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. And this is what these people think. They think they're better than us because they believe in Jesus Christ or whatever they believe in, man. You see? We bring in the truth and they look down upon us, man. They think they can do no wrong. You see? So forth and so on. But what does the Most High say about that? These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. You see? Because the scriptures tell us that all of us fall short of the glory of the Most High. You Israelites who claim to be Christians or whatever you are believing in, you're not holy, man. You're walking in a way that's displeasing to the Most High. You're walking in a way that's going to get you destroyed. You see? As the men of the Lord on the highways and byways bringing you this truth. You see? It's going to be to your own detriment, man. It's to your own downfall. It says what? Verse 6. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense into the bosom. And that's what's about to come upon 2/3, man. Hell, even some men who know they're Israelites, this is what's about to come upon them. A great recompense, man. For not being obedient unto the will of the Most High. For not wanting to repent and turn back to the Lord. This is what's going to come upon you. Verse 7 says what? your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blaspheme me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. Going into what? The idol worship, the way the Most High told you not to walk in, man. Oh, let me get that real quick. They cover with the covering, but not of the Most High Spirit. Yup. Isaiah 30:1, it says what? Woe to the rebellious children, which is who? 2/3 of Israel, man. Saith Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, that take of counsel, but not of me. You see? Because the Most High he set the men of the Lord upon the highways and byways, and on these videos, he's opened up these comment boards for you to ask the proper questions to get the proper nutrients and edification that you need. You see? But you don't want to take heed to the Most High's counsel, man. You would rather believe everything your enemy tells you. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe that you're an Israelite until Esau comes out and says it, man. When we begin with our apostles and our elders, we've been telling you these things for years, man. They've been telling you for decades, you see? And Jake still refuses to take heed. But let Esau come and say that we're the Israelites. These niggas will eat it up. Because it can't be true unless it comes from their enemy, the so-called white man, the Edomite. And that's displeasing in the sight of the Most High, man. It says what? But not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And this is exactly what our people are doing. They're covering with a covering that's not of the Most High Spirit, adding sin to sin, iniquity. You see? Talking about some damn Black Lives Matter, talking about equality, talking about voting, talking about God bless America, make America great again, man. You're pissing the Most High off, man. So that's why when this judgment comes, it ain't gonna be no mercy. You see? Verse 2 says what? That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And this is what the majority of our people are doing. Trusting in Egypt, trusting in the strength of Pharaoh, which is no strength. The only reason Esau and the modern day Pharaoh is Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, man, beginning with their elites. The only reason this man has any type of power, you see, in the earth is because the Most High gave it to him. And guess what? Just like the Most High gave it, he's going to take it away, as it is written. But our people don't believe that. 2/3 of Jake don't believe that. They believe this man is going to rule forever. You see? But not the remnant, man. We know and understand that the Most High is going to take this damn devil down, man, as it is written. You see? This is what's coming. It says what? Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's what's coming, because everything that you've learned here in Babylon the Great, which is which is America, spiritual Egypt, you see, it's false, man. It's a lie. And you're going to be ashamed and confounded when all hell breaks loose. And that's what's coming. This is what Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi is bringing, man, upon all the disobedient of our people. So 65, Isaiah 65:7 says what? For your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, said Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blaspheme me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their work unto their former work into their bosom. You see? You're going to be, hey, let's get this real quick. Damn, I ain't even meant to hit that. That's a spirit. I ain't even meant to hit that. Amos 9:10, it says what? And this is what's coming upon 2/3, man. We're going to keep reiterating these points over and over and over again, because this is what's set to happen. You see, this has already been set in motion. As soon as the Most High gave Yahawashi and the Elohim the green light to start creating, this was set in motion to come to pass, man. Amos 9:10 says what? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And this is what's coming. All of you niggas out here thinking that this is a joke, thinking that this is a game, thinking that we're crazy, you're mocking, you're scoffing, you're talking shit about us. You see, despising the Most High's word, you are going to be destroyed, man. Thinking that you can't be touched. You see? You're in for a rude awakening, man. As it is written. Going back Isaiah 65:8, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroyeth it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. Exactly. You 2/3 are going to be taken in these times we're coming into, man. These times of Jacob's trouble. But guess what? The servants of Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI, those who are truly repenting and doing as best as we possibly can in this weak-ass flesh, you see, in all truth and sincerity, the Most High is going to help us, man. He's not going to destroy us, as he's going to do 2/3 of our people. You see? Because the blessing is going to be found in the remnant. This is how our nation is going to be reestablished in the earth when it's all said and done. Through the true believers, man. That's who's going into the kingdom of heaven in the first dominion. Those who truly believe in Yahawashi. Verse 9 says what? And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. Who is that seed out of Jacob? Yahawashi, man. He's the inheritor of the mountains first and foremost, man. He's the leader. He's the spearhead. He's the chief cornerstone, man. He is what's holding this whole thing together. He's the glue to the whole operation, man. You see? And it's going to cause what? The men of the Lord, the elect men, the 144,000 to what? Inherit. You see? Inherit the entire planet Earth as the Most High has promised to give us, man. And he's going to take us back into our land as is written all throughout the book. This is what's set to happen, man. This is what's been set in motion. Verse 10 says what? And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. You see that? Going back into our land, being blessed. Hey, Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. That's going to come upon who first and foremost? Those who are seeking after Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI, who said, the hell with this world. You see? We want what the Most High promised to our forefathers. So let us leave off from this bullshit and come into what's true. Come into the real reality of what's going on, man. You see? The Most High reestablishing the house of Israel in the earth through our Lord Yahawashi. It's going to be beautiful, man. Verse 11 says what? But ye are they that forsake Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI. Once again, now the Most High is addressing 2/3. They forsaken the Most High to cleave unto who? Pharaoh, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It says what? That forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, that furnish the drink offering unto that number. So since you've done that, verse 12 tells you what? Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. This is what's coming upon 2/3 of the house of Israel, man. For your disobedience, for your rebellion, you see, which is as the sin of witchcraft, and as the law tells you, you should not suffer a witch to live. So this is why the Most High is about to destroy you. He's going to cause you to bow down to the slaughter, man. He's going to number you to the sword. So once these damn Edomites come down with great wrath, as it tells you in Revelation 12 and 12. Also in 2nd Esdras, that they should be like madmen sparing none. The number one target is going to be who? 2/3 of you Jakes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who refuse to repent. They're going to come upon you hard and heavy, man. And all of you fake Israelites out here who are doing this for the wrong reasons, you're doing this for fame and glory. You see? Vainglory at that. They're going to come down even harder upon you because you know what to do. You're out here teaching this word and you still are walking in the spirit of rebellion against the Most High. So guess what? You're going to be numbered to the sword as well, man. Because you chose that wherein the Most High delighted not. Now, the Most High jumps back to verse 13. It says what? Therefore, thus saith Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So guess what? All those who are seeking after Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI in all truth and sincerity, with all faith in Yahawashi, you see, they're going to be fed and watered in that day when all hell is breaking loose. Because you got famines closing in. You see, you're going to have a drought that's going to overtake the earth. And the only ones who are going to be taken care of in those times are those who have been seeking after Yahweh, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, man. While 2/3 are going to be out here, what, look, famished, parched, and ashamed, man. You see? This is what's going to come upon you for your rebellion. Verse 14 says what? Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You see that? We're going to be rejoicing in this day, because this is the day we've been looking for the downfall of Babylon the Great. We've been praying for this day to come, man. We've been praying for all hell to break loose. And when it does, we know that what? We're one step closer to what the Most High has promised us, man. While you 2/3 who have no hope because you haven't been rooted in what's true, you're going to be out here in a complete state, in a complete state of despair, man. And despair means a fucking complete lack of hope. Because you hoped in something that was temporary, man. You hoped in something that was temporal. That's only for a moment. So you can't see past this place, man. You think America is the end all be all when it's not. And we've been telling you this for years. So when it starts to go down, ain't gonna be no light for you 2/3, man. Ain't gonna be no hope for you. This complete spirit of vexation is gonna be upon you, man. Because you're not gonna know what's going on. Like Isaiah 33:6 tells you. Oh, let's get that real quick. Isaiah 33:6 tells you what? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh, bahasham, YAHAWASHI is his treasure. See, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding that we have been accumulating over all these years, man. Sacrificing our time to be built up and nourished in. You see? Practicing walking in the fear of the Lord. All that's going to be beneficial in the times we're coming into. While you niggas was out here worried about how many pair of J's you can get. You see? How many fucking women that you can fuck on. How much of this fucking worthless money that you can accumulate. While you was worrying about that BS. You see, the true believers were storing up their riches in heaven, man. You see? Was building a rapport with Yahweh, bahasham, YAHAWASHI to be what? To be taken care of in these times of trouble that we're about to enter into, man. You see? It can pop off any day now. And the only ones who are going to be stable are those who have taken the time and done this in all truth and sincerity with all faith in YAHAWASHI. So going back, verse 15 says what? And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. You see, because that's what you 2/3 are. You're cursed right now. But guess what? The Most High is so merciful, man. The Most High is so beautiful that he's going to allow you to be reborn into the kingdom through the true believers. And you're going to be in your right mind at that point. But right now, you are a curse unto us, man. Or Lord willing, I'll be a part of that chosen. Let me say it like that, because I don't even know if I'm going to make it yet. I'm hoping for mercy just like all the rest of the Akim, man. But it goes on to say, for Yahweh, bahasham, YAHAWASHI shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. And the brother just had a very heavy vision, man, of mass judgment going out with no discrimination, man. It was, man, he told you, remember, that shit had my stomach in knots, man. I had to send up some prayers, man, to pray for the Lord to keep me in the right spirit. Because that shit was horrifying. Because mass death is coming, man, as it is written. Great judgment is about to be poured out because the earth has been fully engulfed in wickedness, and 2/3 of our people are fully engulfed in it. Verse 16 goes on to say what? That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High, in the power of truth. This is what the remnant is doing. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth. And this is what, once again, this is what the remnant is doing. Because the former troubles are forgotten, because they are hid from mine eyes. You see that? So everything we're going through right now is only for a moment. The affliction we go through, hell, even the time of Jacob's trouble, that's only going to be temporary, man. As it tells you in 2 Corinthians 4, what? For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. That includes Jacob's trouble, man. It's only for a moment. We have to go through this to be fully purged of all the Babylonian dross that we've accumulated over the years, man. That's what this purging time, this time of Jacob's trouble, this purging, you see, this time of purging is going to do for us, man. And Lord willing, he gives us a spirit to endure it. Verse 17 says what? Now listen, this is what the Most High is about to bring us into. Verse 17, Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, And the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. The new heavens and the new earth is what? The kingdom of heaven being ushered in under YAHAWASHI and the 144,000, man, which is going to be here on the planet Earth in the land of Israel, the chief headquarters of the kingdom of heaven. You see? The former shall not be remembered is what? This current system that's set up around us is going to be completely deconstructed, man, because this was never set up meant to be forever in the earth. This is only a small moment in time, man, and the Most High is about to do away with it. You see? And like the elder Apostle Gabar says, man, we're men of vision. Meaning what? We can see it, man. We have that inner vision to see this place going down and the kingdom of heaven being established in the earth as it is written. And this is why we go as hard as we go. All through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. You see? And we're going to be taken away from this madness, which is the beast system, man, led by Babylon the Great America. Verse 18 says what? But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And this is the beginning stages of it, man. Us being pulled out of that darkness, you see, by YAHAWASHI to be brought into this glorious light. This is the beginning of it, man. Us having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the Apostle Ricard said a couple days ago, the knowledge that we have is the kingdom of heaven, man. It begins now. And it's going to be physically established once the Lord, YAHAWASHI, makes his second coming. And this is the day we've been fucking waiting for, man. To be taken away from this madness, man. To be taken away from all the hell that we suffer here up under our enemies. It's coming. It is coming, man. And we're going to be returning to that glory that the Most High has always wanted us to be in, man. You see, his children being gods on the earth that he created for them. Verse 19 says what? And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. Who is the Most High's people? The Israelites, man. You see? The Most High is going to joy in us at that point, in that moment in time. Why? It's because at that point we're going to be up under the everlasting covenant. The second covenant, where the Most High is going to change our bodies, give us those immortal bodies, and put the laws, statutes, and commandments into our inward parts, man. So we can be completely righteous and we will never sin or transgress his way ever again. That's why he's going to joy in us, man, because we're going to be perfect before him for the rest of our lives, man, which is eternity, everlasting life. This is what Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI is bringing us into, man. Everlasting life. You see? Which is only for the nation of Israel. Oh, yo, finish 19. It says, well, I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall no more be heard in her, nor the voice of crying. Because what? Everything we're going through right now is going to be washed away. We're going to be taken up. We're going to be taken from under the curses. And we're going to be put up, the curses of Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68. We're going to be taken away from that. And we're going to be brought up under Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14 forevermore. Then Deuteronomy 28, 15 on down is going to be placed upon you heathen nations according to Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Then it's going to be your time to sorrow and suffer in the earth as the Most High's children have. Verse 20 says what? There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not fulfilled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. But why? And why is that? It's because we're going to be immortal, man. If we could dying at 100 years old, that would be an infant, man. What is 100 years old to everlasting life? What is 100 years old to living forever? That's just a drop in the bucket, man. 100 years old ain't nothing to an immortal, man. And that's what we're going to become. We're going to live full, righteous, joyous, peaceful lives in our kingdom, man. And this is the vision that we're sharing with the entire world, man. And the only ones who are going to get it is who? The remnant of the nation of Israel. And like it tells you in 2 Corinthians 4, what? If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, man. If you can't get it, it ain't meant for you. If you can't get it, hey, see you on the other side, man. Verse 21 says what? And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Now, we're not going to do anything with our physical hands if we don't want to. Now, you might want to go out there and play in the dirt, you know what I'm saying, just to have that experience on your hands of, you know, seeing your vineyard being established. But all that hard manual labor, man, that's what the heathen are going to be used for. As it tells you, let's get it. Let's get it. Isaiah 60 real quick. Isaiah 60 and 10, it says what? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. You see that? The sons of strangers is talking about the heathen nation, man. They're going to build up our walls. They're going to minister unto us, man. You see? Just like we've done unto them. See, our time of doing all the manual labor and the serving and the building up, you know what I'm saying, building up and establishing everything, is over with. Now it's time for you heathen nation to be put in our position. On the bottom, low. You see? Let's get another one. What's that? Isaiah 62. Yep. Isaiah 61 and 5, it says what? And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. You see that? Those menial jobs is going to be given over to who? Over to you heathen nations to fulfill, man. While we're going to be sitting on the high horse as you heathen nations are doing now. That's how it's going to be in our kingdom. We're going to be taken from the bottom to be put on the top, and that's a part of the blessings of Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. We shall no longer be the tail, but we're going to be the head forevermore once we're in our kingdom. This is what Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi is preparing us for. This is the gospel. This is the good news, which is only for the nation of Israel. You see? Verse 22 says what? They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the works of their hands. You see, who are the elect? The true believers, man. Those who believe in Yahawashi. We're the elect, man. We're the ones who are going to enjoy the work of our hands. And the work begins now. We're laboring, you see, right now for the kingdom of heaven. Putting out the videos, going on the highways and byways, man. You see, walking in the spirit of Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, showing agape, that brotherly love unto one another, man. It begins here in captivity. Rehearsing the righteous acts. You see that? And it's all going to be worthwhile once we see these things come to pass, man. It's all going to be worth it. All the hell we go through now, all the affliction we go through now for Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi's sake, it's all going to be worth it when it's all said and done, man. The Most High is going to reward us greatly beyond anything that we can comprehend. We can't even imagine. You see? We can't even imagine 0.0001% of what the Most High has in store for us, man. She probably can't even imagine that much. That's how great it's going to be. You see? So while you 2/3 niggas is around here still trying to fuel America to continue on, you see, for another 100, 150 years, hey, the men of the Lord, man, we're chatting this bitch down. You see? Looking at the news, hoping that the Most High allows some shit to pop off, so we can finally enter into that rest that he's promised to give us. So we can finally, receive of the inheritance that he's promised unto our forefathers that he was going to give unto us, man. Verse 23 says what? They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, and their offspring with them. There it is. We are that blessed seed, man. You see, we are that blessed seed of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're the children of the promise, man. And our offspring with us. Meaning what? Even you 2/3. You are blessed. You're cursed right now because you can't get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But eventually, you're going to be blessed through your parents, which are the true believers. And then you're going to be reborn into the kingdom in your right mind. It tells you that in Jeremiah 31 and 31. And it also tells you that in Hebrews chapter 8, man. It goes into the second covenant that all of our people are going to be all righteous. Oh, it tells you that in Isaiah 60 as well. You 2/3 are going to be blessed because of who your parents are. Those who believed on YAHAWASHI on this side. So like we say, it's all good. You can't get it now. Hey, you're going to know it at the death by pain. You're going to be reborn into the kingdom of heaven. And then it's going to be all good, man. Ain't going to be no problems. We're going to live at harmony one with another, man. And complete righteousness and peace. Verse 24 says what? And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. And this is the type of connection that we're going to have with the Most High in our kingdom. While we're praying, he's going to be answering prayers. Before we even call, he's going to be blessing us, man. This is what Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI is bringing us into. Once again, it begins now. That's going to be a hell of a connection, man. Being able to go back and forth to the spirit world as you want to. You see? Being able to look at the Most High face to face. The Most High being able to live amongst us as he's always wanted to do. All of that is going to be accomplished in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 25 says what? And the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. You see that? Ain't gonna be no more fucking lions hunting down gazelles and all that madness, man. Hey, all that's gonna be done away with. You see? That's only happening now because the entire course of the world has been thrown off. Because who's ruling? Esau, Edom. You see? The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. But the dust shall be the serpent's meat, because Esau's going to be put down in that low state that he's always meant to be in. He's going to be taking off this high horse that he's sitting on right now. He's going to be put in the dust, man. You see? Then what happens? They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, saith Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI. And this is what we're entering into, man. You see? This is what Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI is preparing for us. Once again, it starts right now. So just hold on, man. It's going to get a little bit more rocky. It's going to get more intense. The affliction is going to get a little bit heavier. But at the end of the day, it's only for a moment, man. Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI got us as it is written. You see? Keep the vision in mind and keep pushing forth. And never give up, man. YAHAWASHI is with us as he's promised to be. And so with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI bahasham qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let Icon out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh bahasham YAHAWASHI has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say shalom, wa, and ba.